Hi everyone, so today we're talking all about broccoli. I have two kinds of broccoli here that I want to start. One is just a standard broccoli, and then the other one is the Romanesco, if I say that properly, which is more of a lime green broccoli. Now these are both pelleted, coated seeds, so they're coated with clay, makes them a lot easier to germinate. I'm not going to sow the entire package of each. I'm only going to do half a tray of each, and then I'll thin them out after. So basically, these you want to start 6 weeks before your last frost. So we're starting them a little bit earlier than that, but the timing is pretty good on this. I noticed online that the last frost date had been moved until May 20th. So it seems to change every year. It's usually in the range 11th to 20th, but this year they're saying May 20th. So we'll see if that's true. Usually it's around the Victoria Day, Mother's Day kind of time frame when we are able to plant our annuals and our tender plants outside. So I guess that makes sense. Although spring appears to be a bit early from what I'm hearing across the country. I've mentioned in other videos that everyone's saying spring is 2 weeks early. So like the cherry blossoms in Vancouver, Victoria, were already in bloom 2 weeks earlier. The same with some of the plants and stuff out east, they're early. So it makes sense for Saskatchewan, which is where I am, in the middle of Canada, to also be early. Being we're kind of caught between the warm weather coming from the west and the way the weather flows through to the east. So anyhow, we're going to start these today and get them going, and we're going to do about half a package of each. So I'm going to start with the Romanesco. I keep saying that to get it right. Romanesco. That's a unique name. And these are easy handling and organic, and they are safe. And this is a red clay that they're using on these. Sometimes we see purple, and they're totally safe for eating when their seeds are baked in a clay. So we're going to open these up and we're going to get going on these and get them started. And I'm going to pull some out so you can kind of see what we're looking at here. And I won't need this entire handful to do the tray. So I'm going to put the Romanesco at this end, and then I will put the standard broccoli, which is De Cicco, over here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to come along and I'm going to scatter these across the top, and you can see them because they're red, which makes it easy. I'm doing about 5 in a row here. There'll be a few extras that fall out of my hand, and like I said, I can pick them out. We're not going to be too picky about it because not all seeds normally germinate. Sometimes you get some really good germination, but I find with some brands that don't specify on the package the germination rate, that it's not always maybe as good as other seeds. So that is how we're going to start this one. And so it's 6 weeks, it says in the package, to start it inside. Now I am interested in the lime green. There's also a purple broccoli that you can grow, but I really like the look of the lime green and how this looks. I think it'll be beautiful in the garden. Now a little something for you guys to know while I open up this other package of the De Cicco is I don't eat broccoli. Well, technically I only eat broccoli if it's minced up in soup. I don't eat it at any other time. So I don't like the taste of broccoli. I'm maybe a bit of a weirdo because I do like to grow it. I like to watch it grow and to see how it flourishes in the garden. I find that exciting, and I love seeing how big the heads can grow. The bigger they are, the happier I am. I don't know, there's just something satisfying about growing broccoli. Now, Rob eats a lot of broccoli, and so does his family. And of course, we have friends that eat broccoli. So that makes it a lot easier for us as well to grow this, because if I get too much, I can give it away. But I don't think that'll be a problem with doing half a tray of each and putting them in the cottage garden area. So let's get this misted up, and then we will put the dome on it to keep it nice and moist. And these should germinate in approximately 7 to 10 days. So that puts us at mid-April when it germinates. And I'm going to have to fill my watering can. All right, I finally filled the can up, so I just got to give it a good pump. And we'll finish watering this. That's better, way more power. Now I still need to plant a few other things, start them from seed. I definitely want to start some cabbage from seed. That's one thing. I try not to start too many vegetables from seed and do them directly into the garden. Like onions and things I'll do directly into the garden. I was over at my neighbor's house the other day and he has onions growing in his garage and they looked really good, and he had a full crop of lettuce in his garage. I could try doing some lettuce because I know we would use it in that. We'll see how much time there is, because with the weather warming up, I'm going to want to get outside and start working in the garden right away. So I've kind of got the itch, but I still need to start a few things since we can't put the tender plants out. I still have time. So I probably have, I would say, about 6-7 weeks left that I can still sow seed inside. So I've really been trying to hold off not to sow things too soon. Oop, there's a seed popping up. I see it right there. Because then I have to pot up. So I usually have to do that with tomatoes and with peppers for sure, and coleus and some of those things. And then usually if the lilies start growing in the bags, I will pot them up as well into large cups. So that's one trick I do use, is potting plants up into large cups, and I try to reuse them. If they're cardboard, sometimes I can't reuse. If they're plastic, I can. So I try to save that way. All right, so these are in, and we're going to put the tags on them. I wrote the tags up early. So here's the Romanesco, gee whiz. And then this is the De Cicco, and I just wrote broccoli on this one because it's pretty much a plain green broccoli as far as I'm concerned. So, and that's on this half. So we'll put the dome on it, and then this will go under the grow lights to get this started. I'm just going to show you the back of the package of the Romanesco. So 7 to 10 days, seed depth 1.3 centimeters. You want them about 1/2 inch apart. Mine might be a little bit closer. And then you want to space them about 45 or 18 inches apart in the garden. And that should do it. There's 75 days after transplanting to germinate. So, and I believe these are probably pretty close to the same. This is just a standard broccoli. Okay, these germinate a little bit. Sorry, these are going to form heads 50 to 70 days after transplanting into the garden. Still, the rest of the information is about the same. So that is the broccoli. Now I'm going to show you a few other seeds that I want to start before we put them out in the garden. Cabbage will be another that I'm going to start early because it's still got time to start it. The bok choy, or pak choy in this case, the baby choy and the eggplant, I'm just going to sow directly outside. And I did start this last year inside, and quite honestly it wasn't worth it. So I'll do these outside. So I should put them in my separate pile for inside outside. So those are outside. Tomatoes, I did Romano, and I did the beefsteak and the heirloom mixed colored ones already for a friend, not for me. Rob and I don't really eat them that much, so I'm not doing them this year. I still have some frozen from last year. I do have a variety of spinach here, the matador. I have the little gem butter lettuce, and then I have the romaine lettuce. Lots of lettuce. I want to stagger the planting of the lettuce. More carrots here, and I'll put them in my carrot pile. So I always like the mixed carrots. I think they're beautiful, the rainbow mix. And then we have the scarlet ones. And I like these for doing platters. These are the Atlas carrots. They're one of my favorites. They look great on a platter if you do a vegetable platter when you have friends and family over. Always have to do cilantro. Use a lot of it in Chinese cooking. That'll be started in the garden. Then we have these burpless cucumbers. And I have a variety of beans. I always grow beans. I love pan-fried beans. And then this is just the spinach and garden beans there. And then I have some corns. We'll see how much of these I get planted. I got the sweet white corn. I have the ambrosia sweet corn. And then I have the Honey Select from West Coast Seeds corn. So I might use some of that in the side yard. This is where I'm thinking I might put this. And I also may give some to my friend, Stephen. You've seen him in prior videos. There's the other tomato I planted. So, yeah. And then for my vine plants, I've got a lot of pumpkins. I've got porcelain doll, Peter Pan. I got cantaloupe, honeydew. I've got 2 honeydews actually. I think one was left over from last year. I do have a Casper. I like white pumpkins for decorating. Mini harvest, so these are little colored pumpkins. The Howden is a little bigger and it's got a nice upright habit for like a front step or for an arrangement. I have sugar baby watermelon. 2 different kinds somehow ended up with that. I have a petite. And then I have more of the early bush scallop. Turk's turban, I ordered from West Coast. I thought those were really cool. And then I have the Futsu black early squash. That is very neat. Sunburst and buttercup. So that's what I have for vegetables to go out into the garden. I hope to have a separate vine section for the vines so that they can spread out as much as they want. And I'm thinking that the only way I'm going to achieve that possibly is I either dig in rows and then I cardboard in between the rows and mulch, or I'm thinking of renting a machine to remove the grass, so a sod cutter, and that might be the fastest. So we're kind of debating that right now. We haven't decided which path we're going with, but I think the sod cutter might be the way to go. We'll see about that because I think that would be the fastest, and then I can probably give the sod away. I think Stephen would probably take the sod. So, you know, I have some options there with how I'm going to dispose of things and let somebody else take advantage and use it. So that's it for this video. I just wanted to share with you what I have left for vegetables to start. So basically what I'm going to start is cabbage and Brussels sprouts next to get these done. And I think I'm done starting vegetables for this year. I do have some more flower seeds I want to start. And that'll be in some upcoming videos. And we'll probably start mixing the videos up between what I'm doing in the yard and what I'm starting inside, last minute starts for the summer, for the spring, summer planting. So thank you everyone for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. And I want to say thank you to all subscribers that have signed up for the channel. And for those of you that make a strong effort to comment on every single video on that, I really, really appreciate it. It's been very, very helpful. And I just love talking to you guys. It's really nice to talk to other gardeners about what we're growing and how things are going and that, and what we're encountering with the weather. So thank you everyone. If you haven't subscribed, please give me a subscribe and reach out and let me know you subscribed, and you know, share a comment with me or something that you want to talk about, or if there's a video you want to see, let me know. I'd love to hear from you. Thank you. Take care everybody. Bye.